you tell me what the relation between you two is going to be like? Will it be good cop, bad cop, and which of you is going to be the bastard?
Straight in.
No, I think we just need to kind of start to work together to find out what is the best way to work. But in my opinion, I think personalities kind of click. There's a good trust between us, and I think we can share more or less everything. Like I've said before, in the beginning, probably John and Paddy will have more to say, knowing the players, knowing their characters, etc. So they will probably be more guiding me in the beginning. But that's good because they have both the experience playing with them, some of them, and then coaching as well. So I said before, it was really important for me to have them in the coaching staff for myself, but I think that the benefits are more for the national team and the federation to have them staying on and the staff. So how we do it, I think we can be a bad cop, or a good cop. We just need to evolve our relationship a little bit better before saying.
And John, for you, did it take long for HEIMIR to persuade you? Did you need persuading to get involved in the setup in this context?
No, I didn't need persuading at all, Tony. Obviously, as HEIMIR just mentioned, in terms of the personalities and the trust, you could see that I was going to enjoy working with him, working alongside him, and obviously learning as well. That was a big factor, and also when you examine it all, I knew kind of what was going on, if you know what I mean, to an extent in the background. So I was always aware of the situation. So it was key for me to just assess everything with a cool, calm kind of way about it and go, no, this is really good for me. I'm still learning, and it's a good person to be learning from.
What if a club opportunity came up during this campaign or in the next while? I mean, how long is the term of your contract or relationship between the two of you?
It's the exact same. It's straightforward for me, Tony. In football, we won't be looking too far ahead. For me, it's obviously full focus on England and Greece first and foremost, but also the campaign to come. Obviously, a big draw coming up in a few months' time, exactly too. So, just really excited to continue on working with the players, especially. I think that's the key thing, because they're a good, solid group, and I can't wait for the manager to see exactly what the players and get to know them better. And I think that's where myself and Paddy will hopefully accelerate that process too.
Anne-Marie, please.
HEIMIR, hi.
Hey.
You said a couple of weeks ago when you were speaking to the fans that the team needed to find a bastard, you needed to find that kind of player. When you look at this squad, do you see someone, do you have your eyes on someone you can turn into that kind of player for you?
No, really, it was taken a little bit out of context, but I still like it the sentence, and in a way I was saying we have so many players at a similar level, all of them have really nice characters, etc. Sometimes you want to have a player on the pitch that will make the opponent feel uncomfortable, and that is what I meant. But it's more the fact that I think we have a lot of players that kind of are similar, whether it's the midfielders, whether it's the centre backs. But we need someone that we're waiting for, someone to be a little bit different that can be a game changer for us. So let's see this camp if somebody shows up.
John, this role alongside HEIMIR, is it fair to say it's probably a little bit more responsibility than the usual assistant coach role in terms of, you know, how much he's leaning on you for information and that you can bring all that to the process? Yeah,
look, not that it's anything different, an assistant coach or assistant head coach, whatever you want to call it, it's always to support the main man. So it's as simple as that for me. And Paddy is similar too. Obviously, when I got the chance to take the team, I brought Paddy in, so it's great that obviously we can carry that on. But also now we're here to support the manager and helping get him to accelerate learning about all the players as quick as he can, and hopefully leading that into positive results for the team.
Nathan, please. Thank you.
Hi, Harry. Can you talk about putting the squad together then? How much of it is from what you've seen over the last few weeks, and how much of it is from John and Paddy and what they've had in the previous groups?
Yeah, so more or less, I looked at the players first and foremost that have been in the squad for the last couple of games, and obviously, like John and Paddy selected the squad for the last 2 camps. So I was looking at those players, and then asking about individual, etc. So I've been trying to look at as many players as possible. So the in-depth knowledge is probably not enough for me. So I've said before that the selection is more based on the knowledge of John and Paddy, and then at this camp I have a chance to get to know them personally, and then after this camp I can go and watch them live and see more of the players. But at this stage I'm not going to say I know it all. I really need the professional help of those 2 guys to expedite what we can do, and that is why it's really important for me to have them. So yeah, no, it's probably, I would say, is more them than me in this selection, but hopefully I will catch up quick.
Can you talk a bit about the players who are in and out, and maybe some who might be in? So Evan Ferguson hasn't played for 5 months nearly. If he doesn't play at the weekend for Brighton, do you still think he'll be able to link up with the squad?
Well, I think he has some qualities that is good to have. We'll see in the 5 days we have in training how fit he is actually, but he is fit enough to be in the squad for Brighton. So no objection from the club that we selected him. So hopefully he's fitter than everybody thinks, but we'll see in the first five trainings.
John, you weren't officially confirmed at the time of the manager's announcement. Can you talk a bit about that process, and have you received any guarantees as to what happens with the next managerial team?
No, look, it's straightforward. I'm here to support the manager for the campaign and the Nations League games, and obviously the World Cup campaign, and that's it, and that's straightforward. There's no promises about anything afterwards, and I wouldn't have wanted that anyway, because you look, as I've seen in football since I've been involved in it, what happens so quickly. So I was fully focused on having a conversation with the boss to see how he would like to work, how he would like to do things, and once I met him straight away, it was very, very good trust, very good conversations just about football, how he likes to approach things, how he likes to keep things simple as such, and also simple and effective. And I just like the way he went about it.
And Lee, please.
How you doing? You've named a squad with 13 Premier League players, 3 more who are in top flight clubs in other countries. Can you identify a strong core within that squad who you think you can build a team around in your image?
Yeah, of course. I think this is a squad. It's a lot of young players first and foremost. So that is probably going to be there for many years for Ireland. But of course, there's a core, and it has been. It's not a big change of a squad from before. So I would say there's no big surprises in the selection at this stage. But I don't get the depth in that question. But there will be players that will probably play for another 10 years for Ireland. Is that kind of the
key players that you have looked at and said, well, there's a spine of the team, or is that too early?
Yeah, in my mind, of course, I have that. But let's see how they do. Let's see how they do on training. Let's see their character, etc. But it's players that the past coaches have selected and trusted. So why shouldn't I at least give them a chance?
And then just with John still involved, I suppose John, the work John has done over the last 4 games, is it the case now that you've been brought in to add something extra to that and build on the platform that was there? And could you sort of give us an idea of what that extra something would be from your perspective?
Well, I have my philosophy of how a national team should play, and I have my philosophy on what is possible to do, because it's such a difference having a club and a national team. You don't have much time, so you need, like John said, you need to have things simple, and you know you need to have continuity in what you're doing, and you don't have a pre-season, and you don't have them every day, all days, and you cannot train two times a day because they're coming from a game. So it's kind of you at this time we have probably 3 real training sessions, and how much can you influence? And if you try to overdo things, then probably you will fail. So start slowly to put some changes in, and then build on that. You know, we're lucky, and I'm lucky that September, October, November, so the players will not go for 5-6 months away and come back. They will at least know what happened 3 weeks ago. But that's a good September, October, November is a good time to start in that sense, so you can build hopefully little by little in these 3 months.